I had already, I can't say bought it. I like earned a SIM card. So there were, oh come on, I've heard about this one. So look at this, quaint town, nice place. And this is a sculpture of Santa Claus holding a Christmas tree. Come on, Europeans really do like their weird statues. I heard there were many protests against that. They moved the statue many times because local shops were displeased with the similarity of the Christmas trees to other potential objects. But when I went to buy the microphone, I needed to get an Uber ride to get to the museum in Delft fast because it was already late. And so I asked the store owner if he didn't have Wi-Fi on his store. And at first he offered me like a SIM card and said I could get internet with it. And I accepted, but I also asked for the Wi-Fi. And then he understood what I actually meant. And he gave them a Wi-Fi password and was able to call the Uber. The card he offered me was actually free because it has a number, as a phone number. So now I have a Dutch phone number, but it doesn't have any credits on there. So you couldn't access the internet or make a call or anything like this. So I could try to get it working, but it was so much hassle. And it was so much hassle, and I felt like maybe leave it the way it is, and I have internet at the hotel, Wi-Fi, I have Wi-Fi at the Doelen, so maybe it's not important. The greatest problem with that is exactly what I'm doing now, which is walking across the street. Is that whenever I need to know where to turn, sure, I've downloaded maps offline, the Google Maps offline version for the towns that I'll be visiting. So there is map, but without internet, there is no information about transit. So which bus or metro or light rail do I take? And that's a problem. So tomorrow morning I just got to the SIM card and I went into the website and I had to input some credit card information and I bought a 20 gigabytes package. So now I can see where I need to go. And that's one of the hints I would give to anyone traveling to a different country completely solo, like just arrive and see what happens, especially if you don't speak the local language. And I'm quite fortunate that most Dutch speak good English. It's quite impressive actually. Most Dutch speak English, at least on my level, let's say. But if it's another country, well, one of the problems I have is that I can't read what's written on the signaling on the street because it's often not written in English. So the hint, the advice I was going to give is really a lot like 1 or 2 hours at the airport when you arrive, just to get the small things like the internet and the SIM card sorted. Because usually when you arrive at the airport, you have luggage on you and you just want to go to your hotel as quickly as possible. But it really pays off to just deal with that then. Because once you are actually at the city, you don't want to stop what you're doing to go looking for a place where you can buy a SIM card and all that. And especially for staying like 1 or 2 weeks. And you have very little time to waste. Speaking of hints and travel advice, other small considerations about the Netherlands, for example, are that like their doors are really heavy, the springs that close the door automatically are really heavy, so I'm not exactly weak. And when I go to bathrooms or places like that, I have to really put in some strength to open the door. Don't really know why it's like that, but it is like that. It's the way it works here. And regarding their food, like I said, regarding the breakfast, for example, in Brazil I tend to eat lots of fruits and salads and everything, and I generally eat a lot, but in large amount, more than half of all I eat is just salad. Not because I am a vegetarian or anything like that, but just because I like salad and it's healthy. That's definitely not what you're going to find in the European winter. So mostly here, most of the food, at least in the winter, is actually very fat and heavy. So expect things like fried dishes, sausage, things that will keep you fed for a very long time. But do take care of your fibers, otherwise you aren't going to be able to pass stools at the bathroom every day. So keep that into consideration, because that is one of the things you should consider during your travel. I'm going to have to stop the recording to check exactly where I am. So now we are a bit closer and we can already see our goal, and I was just going to turn to show it when it's open. So let's get across here. And the lighting at this time is really good, because it's good enough to show my face while still lighting the